New Politics inside the Channel 93.3 Jeep Garage. So I have to ask, tonight you're at the Marquee Theater. That stage is really kind of tiny. So are you still planning to do like the breakdancing stuff that you do?
I mean, we have to, right? That's part of
gonna be a
celebrating
challenge.
10 years.
Right? Well, I was wondering if, 10 years in, 20 years in, 30 years in, is that still your plan to be part of the show?
Yeah, I got to Mick Jagger it.
Yes.
It is what it is.
It's very cool. So for people who have seen New Politics already, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen New Politics, you do an incredible like breakdown on stage where you get into this dance that's pretty awesome. So, and I know now you have a daughter. She's only 2, but are you planning to teach her how to dance that way too?
Oh, she doesn't need teaching. She's already doing it.
She's doing it?
She's just like spreads her leg and she's
That's awesome. So
just like, damn, she's got the twerking before the talking.
So being a new dad, has that changed your life entirely in a good way?
Oh my God, absolutely, drastically.
Yeah. Did you think it would be as difficult as it is and as
Not
rewarding?
at all. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
But also the most rewarding, right? Or
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So
Along with that comes if it's the hardest, it's also the best.
well, I would imagine it pushes you out of like your comfort zone, and you're
100%,
learning new
yeah.
things and getting new perspectives from a new set of eyes and
Yeah,
just
you really start to
perception.
think different.
Mhm.
Like you don't realize that you live life really 80% through distraction, I feel. Like you do things like going 8 times around the block when it can really be done like you can do it, or like 3 step backward to do 1 step forward. I think like it really like brushes everything in like it's just instinct. It just goes like,
I guess I imagine it would provide like clarity of like what's important and what's not important. Like
Totally.
don't sweat the small stuff
Yeah.
anymore.
And it also really, I feel it really also like calms you in a way. Like even though you're constantly on and you build other type of fears and paranoia things,
Yeah.
or like now I'm a little afraid to get on a plane. Like
Right.
I was never afraid before, It's like, it's wild. It's really wild the way like how that works, the science aspect of it. It's wild, mind-boggling.
And it's sort of something that almost happens instantly. Once the child is here, it's like everything changes.
Totally.
Very cool.
Like you just, then it just goes like the cosmos go in effect.
Yes. It's cool. Well, it's New Politics inside the Channel 93.3 Jeep Garage. We've been talking about the 10 years and the 10th anniversary tour tonight at the Marquee Theater. So you released a new song, Comeback Kid, which is perfect because it's been a little while since we've had some new stuff. What's the plan around this? Is there a new album in the works, an EP? Like, what's the game plan moving forward?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to release a record at the end, like early fall, end of the summer. Probably August around, something like that. It might be an EP. It might be a record, an official record.
Do you already have the songs all written?
I think most of it. I think the core, like the structure is there. I mean, there's always time. It's never over till it's over. You know,
Yes.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. The day before the release, they wrote "Beat It," or what was it? Which song was it?
Billie Jean or something?
Billie Jean, and they're just like, "Hold on, we're gonna take an extra week here to figure this out." Like that's the thing. There's no real structure. Like you can't if you could force something and like do it like this is what's gonna happen. I don't know if that can work in art. Like
I agree. Yeah.
like that's a hard thing to do. You can organize and you can aim for something and you can try and work for something, but at the end of the day, art has no time.
It has to be fluid.
Yeah, Madonna. I read an interview where I think she said like she wrote like a virgin. Whatever, her and the team, whatever, they wrote like a virgin, I think in literally 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, it was her,
One of her best songs.
I mean, it's like she's known for that, you
Yeah.
know? Like it's hard. Harlem as well. When we wrote Harlem, we were just messing around.
Yeah. One of us.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of those.
as well.
I remember was we had like a small studio in Copenhagen, and there was just the drum beat and that guitar riff, and just like a kind of like a quick thing, and then we came back the next day and we like pressed play and just started singing, and then that was pretty much all the lyrics too.
Like freestyle.
Yeah,
Even
the
the
all
verses
of
are
it.
kind of
Wow.
just.
So
That take is the freestyle.
Yeah.
It's like,
one of us were walking around and the melodies came. Like, it's one of those things that music has to be honest and it has to feel right, and I think that's the artist's job to make sure that happens. And you want to talk about something, and you want to feel just as much as you'd like other people to feel. And I don't think it's possible to make, or at least it's not as satisfying.
Yeah,
to-
well, I feel like if you have a forced deadline and you're like, this has to be done this day at this time, what you were saying, it's not authentic, it's not genuine. The emotion doesn't.
It just
time to
doesn't
make-
work. I mean, it's
Yeah.
already so hard. Like us coming out, like 2 years ago, we came out of our publishing deal and our record deal because our options were up, and we decided like, why don't we try? Let's go independent. Like let's So that's what this chapter is also. It's like taking our experience, and by doing that, we're also realizing and learning so much new, and it's really refreshing. There's new opportunities. There's new challenges. And I feel like you can't control that. It's like these sort of things, like, yeah, you can control to a certain degree and you can aim for something and you can work for something. But at the end of the day, it's like art and business, they're not really meant for each other. But somehow we make it work,
Right.
And that's kind of, I think, where like that opposite lives,
Well, so far it's working. You're at year number 10, so that's something to be really proud of.
Yeah.
So before you
you.
go, can we hear Comeback Kid?
Yeah,
The new one?
Should we
We're gonna
do-
play it reverse though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's New Politics
your kids,
inside the Channel 93.3 Jeep Garage.